Luruan, who always kept her distance from me. That day, she stopped after seeing my cancer diagnosis report. But while talking, she asked how many months you have left. I thought she was talking about our 5-year contract. So I said, about a month is left. She fell silent. Later, when I secretly went abroad to celebrate the new year, a friend told me that Luruan was searching for her sick husband like crazy. She would dig up the earth if she had to, just to find him, dead or alive. At that time, she was completely consumed by that diagnosis. She didn't know that she was just an accessory. Then she came to her senses. There were 3 dishes and a soup on the table, all of which were Luruan's favorites. But that night, she had no appetite. She took a few bites. Then, looking up, she asked me how much time was left. I was a little surprised. Then I realized she was talking about the 5-year contract. I said, there's 1 month left. I was fully prepared for that day. When we got married, Luruan's secretary had strictly warned me that Luruan married me because of family pressure and above all, because I resembled his white moonlight a little, who had gone abroad 5 years ago. I was just a substitute, and now that white moonlight is about to return. Suddenly, when she asked about the contract, I thought she wanted me to make way for her. After the conversation ended, I noticed a slight frown on Luruan's forehead. I said helplessly, please don't worry, madam. By that time, I will leave on my own. I can understand. After all, you've been waiting for him for 5 years. You wouldn't want to be seen with another man. Over these years, Luruan has treated me quite well, so I shouldn't put her in a difficult position. So what do you say, madam? Should I move out as soon as possible? But it's hard to find a flat in Yongchen. Can you give me 3 days? I promise I'll move out within 3 days. Do you really want to move out that badly? Luruan got a bit angry at this. I couldn't understand. She stood up and said, I never told you to leave, just stay here. Then she went straight to the study room. I kept watching her. Usually Luruan didn't talk to me on her own. Today she brought up the contract herself, so obviously she wants to resolve this matter quickly and I'm already ready to leave. Logically, she should have been happy, but why did she get angry? Thinking about it, I realized that she's a big business president. She has the spirit of a contract. She doesn't want to lose her dignity. That's why she wants to complete the remaining month of the contract. She's always been like this. Even though she kept her distance from me, she never broke a promise. Since she embodies the spirit of the contract, I can't be unreasonable either. It would be better if I quickly find a place to stay. After dinner and cleaning up, I picked up a file from the coffee table and went to my room. This film will start shooting in 3 days. I need to understand the script quickly. As soon as I opened the file, I was startled because this diagnosis was with me. This diagnosis was an accessory for my character. Maybe by mistake, this accessory came along with the script. After dinner, I sat at the study table and started reading the script with full focus. Whatever I do, I put in 100% energy. The role Guji got for me is just a supporting character in a low-budget web series. Even so, I put all my enthusiasm into understanding this character's personality. Time passed quickly and it was 9 o'clock. I looked at the clock and headed towards the kitchen. Luruan is a workaholic, especially since she started handling the family business. She stays so busy that she can't even eat properly. Gradually, she developed a severe stomach illness. When I found out, I spent a lot of money consulting several famous doctors. I bought many books on medicine and found a way to make a herbal porridge. It works very well. Ever since Luruan started eating this porridge, her symptoms have greatly reduced. That's why I make porridge for her every night, whether Luruan is often at home or not. For the past 5 years, no matter the season, I send this porridge. Like a good employee, I consider myself quite honest. The fragrant porridge was ready quickly. I filled a big bowl and walked up to the door of the study room. Just then, I heard Luruan's voice from inside. She was talking to someone on the phone. Her voice was extremely gentle. It was hard to imagine that the usually cold Luruan had this side to her as well. You're coming back early. All right, I'll come to pick you up at the airport. I've already told you, our marriage is just a contract. In these 3 years, I haven't even let him touch my finger. The contract will end in 2 months. I'll talk to him clearly. I waited for a while until she hung up the phone. Then I knocked on the door. Luruan opened the door. I said, Madame, I've just made some porridge. Please have it while it's hot. I won't disturb you. As I was about to leave after setting down the porridge, she asked if I had any wishes to let her know. I stopped. Then I smiled warmly. I know that Luruan is a very kind woman. After taking over the company, she has donated to several schools. She is a very big philanthropist. Maybe she thinks the contract is about to end. That's why she wants to compensate me. I thanked her and declined. 5 years ago, you gave me 5 million at once. And over the years, you've given many gifts. You've already given quite a lot. At the moment, I don't have any wishes. Still, thank you very much. Luruan remained silent. Just as I was about to leave, she said again, I know a doctor. He is very well known both nationally and internationally. He is a specialist in lung diseases. I've already called him. I'll send you his contact details. You can go and see him. Hearing this, I felt a little emotional. 5 years ago, the orphanage where I lived suddenly caught fire. Grandpa Chen risked his life to save the children. Not only was his body badly burned, but he also inhaled a lot of smoke, which caused a serious lung disease. I signed this contract only to raise money for Grandpa Chen's treatment and to rebuild the orphanage. I never told Luruan about this because I thought she wouldn't be bothered by such things. But it seems I was wrong. She was secretly finding out on her own. I thanked her again. The next morning, I woke up early and prepared a nice breakfast. While waiting for Luruan to wake up, I stood in the living room practicing my dialogues. At exactly 8:20, Luruan came out, all ready. Honestly, this woman is truly beautiful. No matter what she wears, she has a unique charm. Breakfast is set on the table. The milk is warming in the microwave. There are plenty of options. Eat whatever you like. Luruan gently nodded and began eating breakfast in small bites with an elegant manner. She is the daughter of a wealthy family. She has received elite education since childhood. There is a certain class and elegance in her every movement. Luruan likes silence. It wasn't appropriate for me to practice my dialogues in front of her. As soon as I started to go to my room, she called out to me. Yesterday, I had Dr. Jiang book your appointment. Today, he has an exchange at Yangcheng Hospital. Later, just call him and go over there. I nodded and thanked her. Luruan kept her head down and continued eating breakfast quietly. I went to my room and got ready a bit. After a short while, I heard the sound of the door closing outside. Maybe Luruan had left for the office. After getting ready, I was about to take a taxi to the hospital when a white Porsche stopped in front of me. The window rolled down and I saw Luruan's beautiful face. Get in, I'll drop you off. I was a little surprised. I know what this car means to Luruan. Among all her nice cars, this is the most ordinary one. But this is the car that her white moonlight gifted her. Luruan gives this car very special treatment. She doesn't care about her multi-million sports cars, but she lovingly cleans this one. She doesn't let any other guy sit in this car. Not even me, until now. No, I said, Madam, please don't worry. I'll take a taxi instead. If this car gets scratched or dirty, I won't be able to pay for it. Luruan's face fell, and under her cold gaze, I gave in and got into the car after thanking her. Inside, there was a strange silence. Just then, Luruan broke the silence. She asked, When were you diagnosed? I thought she was asking about Grandpa Chen. I said, 2 years ago. She frowned and asked, Why didn't you tell me earlier? I was surprised. It seemed like she was talking more than usual today. We hadn't talked this much in the entire past year. But I thought her intentions were good, so I said, Madam, you're always busy with work, so I didn't want to burden you with these things. She said irritably, A contract marriage is fine, but legally, we are husband and wife. You shouldn't have hidden such things from me. Then laughing, she said, If you ever need anything, you can call me anytime. I thanked her sincerely. Luruan kept looking at me, then left the hospital. I went inside and walked toward the third bed in the ward. There, an old man of about 60 was lying down. His face had been disfigured by a major fire. He had undergone several surgeries, but he could see very well. He was very cheerful and smiled at me, showing his teeth. Oh, your work is so important. There's no need to come to see an old man every day. I said, Grandpa, I have arranged a lung specialist for you. He is at the hospital today. Later, we'll call him to have you checked. I sat down by the bed and started peeling an apple. I had just peeled half of it when a team of doctors suddenly entered the ward. Leading them was a tall doctor, and even though she was wearing a mask, an extraordinary beauty shone through her eyes. She was the genius doctor from Su Xiao Province Hospital and Grandpa Chen's treating physician. I quickly said hello. Thanks to Dr. Bai for taking care of him for the past 10 years. I am very grateful to this kind doctor. Su Xiao called me aside and asked if I had been feeling short of money these days. Grandpa Chen's treatment funds have run out. I immediately understood what she was trying to say. Honestly, there's a real shortage of money these days. The 5 million that Luruan initially gave is already gone. I earned a bit more money over the past 2 years. It was all spent on treatment and the orphanage. I even thought about asking Luruan for money, but she's not really related to me. In fact, she's already treated me well. I can't bring myself to ask her for anything. I thanked Dr. Bai and refused his help. Su Xiao has helped me a lot over the past years. I don't want to be further indebted to her kindness. She let out a faint sob. We had been together for 10 years. She knew my temperament. I may seem easygoing on the outside, but when it comes to stubbornness, I'm second to none. She said, All right, let me know if you need anything. As long as you don't consider me your friend, of course, you'll be the first to help in times of trouble. A faint blush spread behind the mask on her face, and her gaze lingered on mine. Her heart was beating fast. Even after everyone had left, she kept watching. When a colleague came and placed a hand on her shoulder, she was startled. She saw the smiling face of her best friend, Wang Ji. Wang Ji teased, What's with all this fuss? Su Xiao said irritably, You and I both know. Every time you look, your eyes go wide with surprise. Her face turned even redder. Stop talking nonsense. It's just a normal exchange between a doctor and a patient's family. Don't exaggerate so much. Do you really believe that yourself? For the past 10 years, you've taken care of that old Chen like he was your own grandfather. I've never seen a doctor care for a patient so devotedly. To be honest, have you become his granddaughter, Su Xiao? If you really like him, then go after him. What's the big deal about that these days? This guy is actually pretty good too. He's super handsome and a real gentleman. So many people come to his orphanage, but they all just take one look and leave. He's the only one who has cared like this from 10 years ago until now. There are very few people with such good values these days. Even if he doesn't have money, your family certainly isn't lacking in wealth. There was a pain in Su Xiao's eyes. She still remembers that day, 10 years ago, when I was kneeling in front of him, with pleading and helplessness in my eyes, begging desperately to save old Chen. At that time, there were many people in the orphanage. Some were worried about the big fire, that everything they had was burned to ashes. Some were anxious about Grandpa Chen's safety. But I was the only one who was wholeheartedly concerned about the patient's safety and well-being. After that, she could see me standing in front of Grandpa Chen's bed every day, day after day. They say that no one can withstand a long illness. But Su Xiao never saw even a hint of impatience on my face. Perhaps it was this sincerity that moved her, and she too put all her energy into caring for Grandpa Chen. Gradually, she became familiar with me. What truly improved the relationship between the two was a medical dispute. A year ago, the patient's family came in a group of 7 or 8 people. When the gas poisoning patient could not be treated, they blamed the hospital and the doctor. They claimed there was medical negligence and demanded hefty compensation. When the matter wasn't resolved, those people started attacking Su Xiao. They cornered her in the parking lot. She plotted the attack late into the night. At that time, I was the one who stopped that assault for her, and after staying in the hospital for a whole month, she recovered. Su Xiao came out of her memories. With a bitter smile, she said, "It's forbidden to say such things. She's already married." Ms. Wang was very surprised. "But in all these years, why have I never seen his wife with him?" He said his wife is very busy with office work. What a pity, this guy is really sweet. I wonder which woman is so lucky to have him. Wang Ji felt a deep sense of regret in her heart. She had thought that if Su Xiao wasn't interested, she would try herself. But who knew that he was already married? Su Xiao also felt a wave of sadness. From the other side of the door, she saw me. I was joking around with the old man, Chain. Her day passed by quietly because Luruan had already arranged everything. The appointment with Dr. Jian went very well. After the checkup, Dr. Jian clearly said that Grandpa Chain's illness could be completely cured. It's just that a very expensive surgery fee is required. Hearing this good news, I was in a great mood all day. When I got home, Luruan still hadn't returned yet. This is a routine operation. Most days of the year, she is out of the house. Because of office work, she sleeps at the company most of the time. I also know that Luruan avoids contact with me as much as possible. She truly loves her moonlight very much. For the past 3 years, she has kept herself pure for him. Other than business, she doesn't get too close to any other man, not even with me. After 9 o'clock at night, I made porridge and took a taxi to the 80-story building of Luruan's company near Liu. As soon as I entered the lobby downstairs, seeing the palace-like beauty inside, I couldn't help but wonder just how solid the financial strength of the Lu Group really is. Especially since Luruan took control, the Lu Group has flourished even more. I was standing here, thinking quite highly of myself. That's what I usually feel at home in front of Luruan. But when I stood beneath her company, I truly realized just how great the distance is between us. I said, "Please deliver this porridge to Madam." Secretary Susan came out of the elevator and extended her slender hand. I handed her the porridge and was about to leave. Just then, she said that Zoyu's return date has been postponed. He might be back by tomorrow evening. Zoyu is the same moonlight whom Luruan has been longing for over the past 3 years. So, to avoid any misunderstandings, it would be better if I move out of Madame Lu's house as soon as possible. I nodded my head. I'm looking for a room. Hearing this, Susan was a bit surprised and looked at me closely. Although she knew that Luruan and I had a contract marriage, she didn't know my real reason. That I was raising money for Grandpa Chain's surgery and for the orphanage. She thought I was a gigolo living off someone else's money. That's why she always hates me and never speaks to me nicely. She thought I would cling to her a little, but I was sensible enough to start looking for a room myself before she could even say anything. She thought that was great. Save myself from being scolded. She said, "It's good that you can think this way. You also know that Madame Liu's heart has always belonged to Zoyu. That fact has never changed. What I'm saying might sound harsh, but I still want to remind you not to have unrealistic dreams. A frog can never eat a swan's meat. I think you should have some self-awareness. After you leave, don't expect to ever bother Madame Liu again. It would only cause problems in her life. You know Madame Liu is very kind-hearted. There are some things she won't be able to say. That's why I'm saying them." I clenched my fists. After thinking for a while, I slowly relaxed them and nodded my head. This was just an exchange after all. I always maintain a sense of proportion. Please tell Madame Liu that I am always aware of my own status. I will shift in the shortest possible time. Saying this, I quickly walked away from there. Susan stood there watching me leave. She felt a bit guilty in her heart for having said too much. She had studied together with Luruan and Zoyu in college. She had witnessed their love up close. That's why she was very annoyed by the third person. Whatever she said of her own accord so that I wouldn't rely on anyone else. Now it seemed that this person was quite sensible. This would be best for everyone. As soon as I left, I felt that I should pack my things. So I went and bought a big suitcase. After coming home, I started packing my things. By afternoon, everything was packed. There was no rush to leave. Before leaving, I should at least meet Luruan. I kept waiting until 6 o'clock in the evening, but she didn't return. I didn't know whether she would come back today or not. Then I took out my phone and sent a message. Will you be coming back tonight? Luruan replied in just 2 words, I have work. I wrote again, I've packed all my things. I can move out tonight. I want to say goodbye to you in person. If you're busy, I'll just let you know here. I've left the medicine and porridge recipe on the dining table. From now on, I won't be able to send you porridge anymore. I'm free these next 2 days. Let me know if you need the divorce certificate. Luruan didn't reply. After putting down my phone, I cleaned the house one last time and then pulled my suitcase downstairs. I looked back at the house where I had lived for almost 10 years. A strange sadness came over me. After all, I had stayed there for so long. Of course, I would feel something. This time, if I leave, I might never come back in my life. After thinking for a moment, I opened the door and stepped outside. As soon as I opened the door, I froze. There was a frightening face in front of me. My voice got stuck in my throat. I wanted to say something, but I couldn't. After spending so much time together, this was the first time I had seen such an expression on Luruan's face. She has always been very elegant and distant. Like a fairy, untouched by worldly things. No matter how angry she got, she had never shown such a humiliating face. I was very confused. I thought I had done everything according to her wishes. She wanted me to shift, so I moved overnight. Then why is she angry? Is it because I left without meeting her and that hurt her reputation? After all, she's the boss and an employee can't just leave as he pleases. It was a bit shameless. I said, Sorry, madam. I should have met you before leaving. I apologized. I don't know why Luruan suddenly came back. Maybe she was thinking that I might be taking something valuable from the villa. After all, there were a lot of valuable things in the house, especially the gifts that Zoyu had given. I had always seen Luruan lovingly place those rings worth several lakhs, watches worth tens of thousands, and precious gifts worth hundreds of thousands into a box, which she kept in the most visible spot in her study room. It seemed like she herself often looked at them. There were paintings and watches in the house worth crores. She never suspected me. Now that I'm leaving, it's only natural for her to be worried. So I quickly said, Madam, I'm just taking my clothes with me. Would you like to check the suitcase? Would you like to count your belongings before I go? Do I seem like that kind of person to you? Luruan suddenly asked. I was startled and reproached myself. Why do I even think like that? If this comes out in front of everyone, people will start to look down on her, thinking she cares about trivial things. So I quickly corrected myself, saying, That's not what I meant. But before I could finish speaking, Luruan said coldly, Don't talk nonsense, and went inside. I kept watching her. The way she walked was always very elegant. Every step seemed to be filled with some kind of magic. But now, there was a bit of irritation in her manner. She was taking very large strides. I followed behind her, pulling my suitcase along. I felt like she wanted me to count her luggage first. After all, even among so many people, she had to maintain her dignity. As soon as I entered the house, I opened the suitcase. 10 years ago, when I came to this house, I had nothing. I had brought some cheap clothes. The clothes that are in the suitcase now, I bought them later. They're not cheap. It's not like I'm careless or anything. Being Luruan's husband, if I wear very shabby clothes, it would affect her reputation. Besides, I'm an actor. I have to look respectable too. In entertainment, people build their identity through their clothes. The rest are some books related to acting, a laptop, and 2 watches that Luruan gifted me. Neither of these watches is cheap. The cheapest watch is worth more than 100,000 rupees. Luruan gave me this one on my birthday in the past 2 years. There wasn't much stuff in the suitcase. Luruan didn't look at the suitcase. Her eyes were fixed on me in anger. I became very anxious. To be looked at like that by such a powerful woman, honestly, it makes you really nervous. She must be thinking that I have hidden her valuables. What's so surprising about that? I'm really poor after all. Who wouldn't be tempted by such valuable things? I asked. Madam, would you like to count them? Lin Yanggang, do you think all this is a joke? What? I looked up. Her beautiful angry eyes met mine. She said, Take your things and go back to your room. Then she walked quickly to the study room and slammed the door shut. What did that mean? I was a bit confused. She was telling me to take the suitcase to the room. Will she let me go after counting her things first? Luruan is very skilled in business, but a bit clumsy in life. She often forgets where she has put her things. She has so much jewelry. I think even she has forgotten many things herself. How long will it take her to count them? I started to wonder. In the end, I gave in, lowered my head, and took the suitcase to the room. Let her count these first. If something really goes missing, I'll be the one blamed. Then I could get caught up in legal trouble. That night, I neither cooked for Luruan nor asked him whether he had eaten or not. I was feeling very restless. Tomorrow afternoon, Zoyu will return. It's possible that Luruan will bring him along. Even if I don't think badly of Luruan, seeing them make love in front of my eyes might make me do something inappropriate. This is a great torment for me. I am forced to endure this torment. After all, since I've taken the money, I'll have to bear a little suffering too. I kept tossing and turning in bed. I don't know when I finally fell asleep. I woke up very late in the morning. When I opened my eyes, it was already 9 in the morning. Luruan was not at home. I don't know if she finished the counting by night or not. I want to call and ask her, but I don't have the courage. I remember how loudly she spoke last night. At most, when she returns tonight with Zoyu, I'll find some excuse to go out and stay at a hotel. I'll give them the whole night to themselves. I spent the entire day reading the script in my room. It was already 5 in the evening. Now my thoughts started to wander. Zoyu must have come back by now. Luruan had been thinking about him for so many years. She must be very happy now. Thinking about what the two of them might be doing now made me feel sad. Sometimes I get very insecure, especially when I compare myself to someone as perfect as Zoyu. His family is good, he's handsome, a huge star, and from what I've heard, he has a great personality too. He's perfect in every way. In comparison, I'm just an orphan who can only get small roles. I feel so insignificant in front of him. It's no surprise that a beautiful CEO like Luruan would fall for him. I can't say that I'm deeply in love with Luruan, but at this moment, I do feel a bit jealous of Zoyu. When I took out my phone, I suddenly saw that Susan had posted a moment with a photo of Zoyu and Luruan having a meal together at a restaurant. Honestly, Zoyu is very handsome. From a man's perspective, it seems like he has no flaws. He and Luruan sitting together look just like a movie couple. The caption read, "Even after so many twists and turns, it's still you. 100 billion years of support for this couple." I tried really hard to stop myself, but I kept looking at that photo. In that photo, there was a smile on Luruan's face, a softness that I had never seen on her face before. Turns out she can smile, but that smile is reserved only for the one she loves. And I'm just her employee. I'm not worthy of her smile. I quietly put down the phone and got up. My mind was quite disturbed. I didn't cook. Instead, I ordered food online. I was lost in my own thoughts. If they want to relive old memories, they should just book a room in a hotel and do it comfortably. I was just eating when, after a while, the doorbell rang. I thought the food must have arrived. Then who could it be? Maybe someone from property management. I walked towards the door. When I opened the door, I was stunned. Luruan was standing in front of me. How did she come back so soon? Shouldn't she be at the hotel right now, telling Zoyu stories about their love? I looked outside. It was just her. Zoyu was nowhere to be seen. "What are you looking at?" She wrinkled her nose. I said, "Nothing." "How did you come back?" Luruan replied irritably. "This is my house." Maybe she wanted to enjoy spending time with her wife, but I didn't have that much courage. Nervously, I brought her inside. Maybe she's a very arrogant and traditional-minded woman. Her arrogance doesn't let her give away everything in the very first meeting. I already knew that, although the outside world knows that she is married. But over the past few years, many boys have been after her. However, she never got too close to anyone, nor was there ever any scandal. Perhaps so many years of distance have created a bit of a gap between the two of them. Once they become close to each other again, perhaps all the barriers will break down. "Didn't you cook and you're eating this?" She saw the food packet on the table when she came home. I said, "I wasn't in the mood today, so I just ordered in." "So you've already eaten. Should I make something for you?" I knew she had dinner with Zoyu at night. She shouldn't have asked me to cook. Suddenly she asked, "Why weren't you in the mood?" Her eyes fell on my phone lying on the table. At that moment, I was looking at that photo again. I had zoomed in. Luruan saw the photo almost at a glance. A gaze lingered. I saw her eyes, and my pretty face immediately turned pink. I almost ran away. Picking up the phone, I hid it behind my back and said it had opened by mistake. At that moment, I didn't know where to hide my face. How embarrassing. A straight-up social death. How could I forget to lock my phone? Suddenly, I felt like dying. Luruan looked at my face with a strange expression. There was a faint smile at the corner of her lips. Since I was looking down, I didn't notice the beauty of her face. "Ordering too much food online isn't good for your health." Luruan said a sentence and went straight to the study room. I breathed a sigh of relief. It seems she didn't think too much about it. After all, her heart belongs only to Zoyu. Maybe she doesn't even care what I think about it. I scolded myself for being so stupid and worrying unnecessarily. Then I quickly finished my meal. I picked up the empty containers to throw them out downstairs. As I was heading back, I saw from a distance a handsome, refined, sporty young man walking towards me. This was her white moonlight. "Zoyu! How did he get here?" I wrinkled my nose. Now I understood why Luruan had come back so early. She didn't go to spend time with her white moonlight, but had actually planned to meet him at home. How ridiculous. I used to think that Luruan, because of her propriety, would never bring someone home so quickly. But it seems I was overthinking it. After all, this is the man she loves so deeply. After being separated for so many years, how could she bear to be apart from him even for a moment? But at this moment, I was feeling extremely uneasy. I was wondering whether I should go back or not. Should I quickly leave from here and give this lovesick couple their space, or should I go upstairs and meet Luruan first, then leave? When Zoyu came near, I couldn't help but admire him inwardly. This man is truly handsome. There is some resemblance between my looks and Zoyu's. Maybe, while walking on the street, someone might mistakenly think we're brothers. It's no wonder that Luruan spent so much money to marry me in a contract marriage. Seeing such a similar face made me feel both a little happy and a little sad. I'm happy because it was because of this face that Luruan noticed me and I was able to raise money for Grandpa Chen's treatment. But I'm also sad because of this same face, I ended up becoming someone else's substitute. Are you Lin Hun? While I was confused, Zoyu looked me up and down. There was 3 parts mockery and 7 parts ridicule in his gaze. I lifted my head. Our eyes met, and I felt hatred in his gaze. But it was hard to get angry. After all, I'm just his substitute. He has every right to laugh at me. By taking this money, I had already prepared myself to endure humiliation. Me, Zhou, you've come to meet Madame Liu. I'll take you upstairs. I immediately put a smile on my face. Luruan is my boss, and the man in front of me is her boyfriend. So he's half my boss too. As a good employee, I should fulfill my duties. Zoyu hesitated, then smiled and said, "Thank you." I took Zoyu upstairs and then hurried to inform Luruan. I took a deep breath. I went to the study room and knocked on the door. From inside, Luruan's cold voice came. "What is it? Your boyfriend Zoyu is here to see you." There was no response from inside. After a while, Luruan opened the door from inside. First, she looked at me, then wrinkled her nose and walked toward the living room. At first glance, she saw Zoyu sitting on the sofa. "How did you come here?" Luruan forced a smile and tried to sit next to him. I was stunned. Didn't they plan this in advance? "Ruan, I heard from Susan that in these 3 years you moved to a new house. So I thought I'd come especially to see your new home. It's decorated very beautifully. Zoyu, I'll show you around. Let's go."